Genix is back.
I thought I was never going to hear Genix again.
We hadn't heard it for a while, had we?
No, special.
What's today's special?
So joining us now is Okpe with stories trending around the world.
Good
Hello,
morning,
Okpe.
Dr.
I hope
Bati.
you enjoyed your short vacation.
Yes, it was all right.
It's good to
It was
have you
short,
back.
but okay. Thank you. I missed both of you too, Miss
I
Abiola.
missed you too.
I can't believe I missed your birthday.
I can't believe it either.
I was sure I was going to be here.
I know.
Yeah,
Aren't you a sight for sore eyes, as usual?
Well, all right. We miss Rufai too. I've not seen him in a while. Well, good morning to you viewers. Here are some of the stories that are trending across the globe. In the United Kingdom, a video making the rounds on social media showing Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, General Lucky Rabo's meeting with Tony Radakin, the country's Chief of Defense Staff, at the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office headquarters in London tops the trend. The week-long meeting, which ended on Wednesday, February 8th, was the first of its kind since Nigeria and the United Kingdom entered a security and defense partnership in 2018. In the United States, former President Donald Trump on Thursday denied a report that claimed he constantly clogged toilets at the White House by flushing down official documents. Trump said that the report was another fake story made up by a reporter in order to get publicity for a fictitious book. In India, a viral video showing Muskan Khan, the 19-year-old teenager who has now become the face of resistance amid an escalating row over the wearing of hijabs and headscarves by young Muslim women in the country, protesting in her college while a mob of men heckled her, tops the trend. Under sports, Leicester City forward Ademola Lookman was officially cleared on Thursday by FIFA to represent Nigeria instead of England at full international level. The 24-year-old British Nigerian has not represented England's senior team, but was part of the squad that won the Under-20 World Cup in 2017. Lookman is up to play for the Super Eagles when they face Ghana in March for a place at this year's World Cup in Qatar. Finally, under entertainment, Hollywood actress Angelina Jolie on Thursday, while addressing the U.S. Congress, gave an emotional speech about victims of abuse. The actress broke down in tears as she advocated for the Violence Against Women's Act, a decades-old law that lawmakers have failed to reauthorize in recent years.
Most of all, I want to acknowledge the children who are terrified and suffering at this moment, and the many people for whom this legislation comes too late, and the women and children who have died, who could have been saved. Thank you.
Well, let's begin what's trending. Bashir Ahmed, the personal assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on new media on Thursday, shared a video of the second Niger bridge via Twitter, stating that it will be named after President Muhammadu Buhari and not his predecessor, Goodluck Jonathan, which has generated debates on the microblogging platform. His tweet read, "Ladies and gentlemen, the Muhammadu Buhari Bridge, a 1.6-kilometer bridge that will be a major connection point between two economically vital regions in Nigeria." Well, one Twitter user named Green Nation challenged the tweet, stating that it wasn't Buhari who initiated the project, and neither did he use his salary to construct the bridge, and that it should be called the Second Niger Bridge or the Southern Link Bridge. In a swift response to Green Nation, Bashir Ahmed tweeted, "So can we call it Goodluck Jonathan Bridge for sketching the bridge?" Further insisting that the bridge will be called Muhammadu Buhari Bridge. People are just attacking this tweet on social media, but I think it will be a great legacy for President Muhammadu Buhari because he actually did, complete the bridge.
Of course he did.
Yes.
But for me, the name is neither here nor there. I'm just so glad because I'm so sick, and I'm sure you all are, of hearing about the phantom second Niger bridge, as was called for so long.
Correct.
Every election cycle, it's promised and does not materialize. The good news here is that there's something to be named, and the kind of sort of economic opportunities, economic gains that will accrue from it. That, for me, is the bottom line. I really don't care about the argument about the name.
It's actually very sensitive for a lot of people, especially people from the East.
Why?
Because, obviously, I believe your former boss,
Okay,
Dr. Abati,
this is a bridge.
started the bridge.
This is a bridge that links the West, the Midwest, to the East. And that bridge has been there for decades.
Yes.
Since independence, or even before the independence. As an undergraduate in Calabar, I used to go through that Onitsha bridge. And you go there, very narrow bridge. It's been like that since then, right? I was a teenager then. I'm preparing to be an old man now, and yet Nigeria has not done anything about it. So problem with maintenance of infrastructure. Now, the fight over how it should be named or not, I think it's an unnecessary distraction.
Of course.
The people of the Southeast have always made that bridge a priority, to open up the Southeast, to reduce that traffic gridlock between the Midwest and the East, and to reduce the pain that people suffer spending hours on that particular bridge as they try to move from Asaba into Onitsha. And that bridge goes all the way to a place called Ogbaru. It's not about who takes the name. It's about the value of that bridge, of the infrastructure for the people. Absolutely. It was scheduled to be completed in 2022. And now that people are beginning to talk about who should take the credit, they just needed to be reminded of a little bit of history. That second Niger bridge was first proposed as a campaign issue in 1978-79 by the Shehu Shagari government during the campaigns. The MPN, the National Party of Nigeria, talked about it. When later the Babangida administration took over, the Babangida administration, or President Babangida as it then was, challenged the Nigerian Society of Engineers to submit designs for that bridge. But that didn't work. Subsequent military administrations didn't quite focus on it. Until when President Obasanjo took over. President Obasanjo also talked about it as a priority. But he flagged it off before President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua took over. And that was just 5 days to the time he was leaving. So nothing concrete was done under Obasanjo. But it was in 2012 that President Goodluck Jonathan now got National Assembly to vote money for it, and work started on that bridge under President Goodluck Jonathan. Because as a campaign issue, President Jonathan in the 2011 campaigns had promised the people of the Southeast that he would deliver that bridge. Okay, as it turned out, he couldn't deliver it before leaving office in 2015. And then you had the Buhari administration continuing with that project. And I think that the Buhari administration should be commended for continuing many of the projects that fell under the the Jonathan administration, whether it's railway, whether it's IPs, or some of these other things. That's the spirit. Government is continuous, because you find in many parts of Nigeria, once a governor leaves or a president leaves, no matter how well-meaning that person's project may be, they will be abandoned. The only area where we criticize President Buhari with regard to continuity will probably be the outcome of the 2014 National Political Conference, which his administration just threw into the dustbin. But in other areas, he has continued, and this is one of such good examples. Of course, if it is completed, under President Buhari, it deserves commendation.
Absolutely.
For continuing with it. And all the other presidents who made effort in the past will also be historically documented. But this culture of naming things after people, in some states, a governor will even buy a bus for a school, and they will put it donated by the administration of, as if this has not been done by taxpayers' money.
Exactly.
Okay, the people who really deserve the credit, will be the people whose tax money as producers, and the people of the Southeast who have insisted that this is a major infrastructure that should be provided in that axis. The victory belongs to them. Absolutely. Not to any individual who was privileged to have led Nigeria at one point or the other.
Well said, Dr. Abati. We'll take another story. In Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, where gunmen on Thursday ambushed a bullion van at a traffic junction and opened fire, killing at least 2 policemen and injuring 3 civilians. A video that was filmed just moments after the incident has gone viral on social media. Well, let's take a look before we come back for a discussion.
Very serious robbery now. As the Okpe, cars that may pursue them has been hit. See the bullet van. The policeman has been shot. You can see the hillocks. The policeman has been shot. This man was lucky. He has escaped. He has escaped for his life. He has escaped with his life. You have escaped. Calm down. You have escaped. You are the luckiest. You have escaped. Calm down. You have escaped. Okada man has been shot brutally. He's struggling with his life. Struggling with his life.
Well, in another development, a video showing a traumatized policeman taking cover in a grocery store after gunmen killed 3 of his colleagues at a checkpoint in Enugu State made the rounds on social media on Thursday. The gunmen were said to have kidnapped a woman during the attack, which lasted for about 30 minutes. Let's take a look.
No be small thing, guy. You now so me around. Thank God. You say none of your policemen for. Thank God. Nah, guy. Okay, we go there. You go there like. Make sure say no go outside. I mean go outside for you. No be small thing, guy. You now so me around. Thank God. You say none of your policemen for. Thank God.
It's so strange. These 2 incidents happened basically almost at the same time. We cannot stop highlighting the insecurity in the nation. How can this happen in Ibadan, broad daylight? I mean, that video showed just 1 policeman, but reports have come out now saying that there are at least 2 policemen that have died during this incident. And, you know, I can't even, the histrionics of that guy. I had to cut down that video. It was like almost a 2-minute long video, I believe. Really sad situation, Tundu Abiola.
There's nothing strange about it, unfortunately, OG. This is where we are in Nigeria today. And it just is devastating. Those people had plans. They left their homes expecting to return. And they didn't. With regards to the bullion vans, it's happened in the past in this country numerous times that bullion vans were attacked. And when the police make arrests, they've found sometimes that people who planned the attack were members of security forces. I remember one case involving soldiers that the army had to come out and say, no, they don't belong to us. But apparently those people were soldiers, perhaps no longer active, and they planned an attack, you know, robbed a bullion van, killed people. There was another one that happened when arrests were made. It was staff of a first-generation bank. It was an inside job. So I do hope that an investigation happens and arrests are made, but nothing will bring back those people who have lost their lives needlessly and tragically in this country. And I was trying to ask our last guest, Mr. Hayatuddin, but we lost the connection with him. What are we doing about insecurity? I was talking about how we have hundreds of billions of naira every year spent on security votes for the governors of the 36 states of this country. To what end? We're not seeing any improvement. We don't have, okay, we have security votes being given to the governors, but they don't have state police. What can we really do to address the foundational issues with regards to security? Because this is the reality of Nigeria today, and literally nobody is safe. Now to Enugu, where a woman minding her business has been abducted. Absolutely. Goodness knows where she is now. Police officers at checkpoints, standing at checkpoints to check cars, were killed, and their colleague ran off. I'm not going to criticize him. Fight or flight is such an evolutionary default after like generations of millennia of human beings. That's just what we do as human beings. The fact that you're wearing a uniform, though, one will hope that you have been trained to control your fear and stand and fight. But in this case, that did not happen. I guess he's human. I don't know. But it's easier to blame an individual police officer than to address the issues underpinning the circumstances in which he finds himself, which is that the insecurity is completely out of hand at this point. That is the bottom line.
Absolutely. Apparently, there are reports that there was a police station close by the location in Ibadan. And, you know, those people escaped. It went on for more than 20 minutes, the reports are saying. Okay, what explodes again is that insecurity remains a major problem in Nigeria. And our government, while patting itself on the back, saying, oh, we are trying, we are addressing the situation, is constantly reminded, whether it's in the northwest or the northeast or in Enugu or in Ibadan, that, look, the people of Nigeria are not safe.
In Enugu, it was a case of a kidnap operation. It went on for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
For 30 minutes, nobody could mobilize to save the situation. At the end of the day, they succeeded in kidnapping persons. 3 policemen were killed. And this particular policeman that you have shown, I think it deserves our sympathy, not condemnation.
Absolutely.
What it proves is that every profession, yes, has its own hazards, occupational hazard. And in this particular case, yes, the police, they may not be our friends, even if they claim that they are. But we have seen that they are also human beings. Many of these policemen out there on the streets, yeah, we may not like them because there are cases of police brutality. But in the face of evil, of fire, of attack, they are also human beings. So the man took to his heels. And you could see he's traumatized. He's afraid. He probably still needs help. He's just lucky not to have died.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay? People go to war in other parts of the world. When they come back, they become a problem to society. Just because of the experience that they have seen. And here in Nigeria, many of these criminals that the police engage on a regular basis, they are better equipped. They have superior firepower. And it's not just this one going to hide in somebody's shop. We thank God that they didn't push him out. Some callous people will have pushed him out. Say, you useless policeman. Easy out, easy out. They will tell them. But, whoever is the owner of the shop, protected him. In many cases, policemen don't wear uniform on the streets of Nigeria. Wow. Once they hear gunshot, I've never seen a more cowardly police force anywhere in the world. They quickly remove their uniform. They have another shirt that they are wearing under. This is the dilemma. You've not seen policemen removing their... they will even throw away their uniform, throw away their cap and take to their heels. And that's why, police reform is important.
Absolutely.
So that we can give them the confidence that they need to be able to do their work. Now in Ibadan, the issue was a bullion van. 2 police officers were killed, and innocent bystanders, innocent motorists were also killed in the process. And that also went on for more than 30 minutes. You said there was a police station nearby. No, if you go and check, the other policemen in that police station nearby, they will have taken to their heels. Because an average policeman will tell you that when they hear the sound of a gun, they know whether it's superior to the one they have. They don't wait. They take to their heels immediately. So this is the situation in which we have found ourselves. But the senior policeman will tell you, well, do you want the alternative? If you say you don't want the police, okay. The situation will get worse. And
so this is the thing.
And as poorly challenged as the Nigeria police force is, they will tell you, well, they are still helping Nigerians. They're still making a difference. But we want a professional police force. We want a police force that is well equipped. We want a police force where the rank and file is psychologically prepared to discharge the constitutional functions of the police under the Constitution and also the Police Act.
Well said. Take another story. A heartbreaking video of a young boy who was brutalized by a woman alleged to be his employer is making the rounds on social media. The woman in the video was accused of using a blade to inflict horrendous wounds on the boy's body. Some viewers may find this video distressing, so viewer discretion is advised. Let's take a look.
Everybody see. Bobo is okay, Omode. Bobo is okay. See the woman that did it. Look at her face. Look at her face. She's running away now. You will enter this car. You will enter this car and you will go to station for this. Look at what you did to this boy. Look at what you did to this boy. Look at it.
I wanted to highlight this video and actually to show that woman's face. I mean, if she actually committed that crime, it's horrendous. And she should be locked up for life. I mean, I wanted to also talk about the menace of out-of-school children. That boy, little boy, is a houseboy. How does that happen?
I can't begin to tell you. I think that in a lot of these cases, you have children whose parents are desperate and they listen to some uncle or some person who say they can place your child in a home and your child will work there and they'll be sent to school. That often is not the case. These are actual child traffickers that parents have handed their child over to, and they've done so under false pretenses. Now, what this woman has done, you're completely right in that she deserves to spend the rest of her life in jail, frankly, but she won't, because that's not what the law says. She's going to be tried, I imagine. She'll be prosecuted because this is grievous bodily harm that she has caused here. And okay, that's her face.
Yes.
You were saying you wanted people to see her face.
Yes.
And this is a scary thing about her. She doesn't have horns sticking out of her head. She looks perfectly normal. Nothing in her appearance suggests how evil she truly is. But anyway, back to the position of the law. We have the Child Rights Act, Section 28, subsection 1, subsection D, for this kind of offense of having a child work for you, because child labor is banned in this country, well, legally speaking, although it's rife, frankly. You can get 500,000 naira fine and or a 5-year jail time for employing child labor. But then when you add the assault, she's going to get a longer sentence, but it will not be for life, which is what she really deserves.
She does deserve.
I'm not sure how old this boy is. Do we know how old he is?
No, I've not seen
If
him.
he's younger than 12, then she might have to even face harsher penalties, because that is child trafficking. So that will now be the prohibition against trafficking laws if the child is under 12. But she deserves to spend a long
You should have
custodial
seen
sentence.
the boy. He was limping right out of
This
the
is
car.
an animal.
So bad.
This is an
So bad.
animal.
Dr. Bati.
Okay, very quickly, because you still have another story.
Yes.
This is not an isolated case. It happens very regularly in Nigeria. And, the other relevant law is Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act, VAPP, and also the Child Rights Act, which you mentioned. But as recently as 2020, Ondo State was still contemplating domesticating those two pieces of legislation. If they have done so, yes, fine. And then that law will apply, because this was in Akure, so it falls within Ondo State jurisdiction. The second thing is about the Trafficking in Persons Prohibition Act of 2015. Nigeria has napped it, because this boy is described as a house help. Now, from what I've seen, I think he should be in school.
Of
He should not be a house
course.
help.
Of course.
So there is a felony that has been committed there. And then, of course, there is the UBEC Act. The Universal Basic Education Act makes it compulsory for parents to send their children to school, not to send them to go and work and engage in child labor. So if that is the case, our parents should also be traced.
Absolutely.
And they too, are culpable in this particular regard. But this plight is a description of the plight of about 13 million children in Nigeria, according to UNICEF, 10 million of them alone in the northern part of the country, who are out of school. Their future abbreviated, because nobody is applying the laws, and parents are not enlightened enough. And the excuse that is given is that they cannot pay school fees. So again, at that level, you see the crisis of poverty and the many dimensions of it, and how families are affected, young persons are affected, and the laws that have been put in place are observed more in the breach, because even average Nigerians think that nobody can do anything to them.
All right. We shall take our final story to light up your weekend with this video skit by popular comedian Debo Adedayo, who goes by the stage name Mr Macaroni. Well, in the video, the comedian appeared to be imitating the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo Olu, who last week stopped his convoy to assist 2 young girls who were out on an errand for a bean cake vendor during school hours. Let's take a look at the skit.
Hello, children. Why this? Why this? Why this? Hello, guys. Sorry to disturb you. Look at this. Imagine I'm just driving. I saw the two of them. I said, no, this is wrong. We need to do better. You can't be on the street. No, pressman, you don't need to record this. No. Record this. Because I don't intend to be publishing things like this. So I don't know. We will do better. We need you to be in school. We need you to be well taken care of. We need you to have quality education, and we, your leaders, will do better for you.
Mr. Politician.
No, different. No.
No worry.
Don't be on camera now.
Make I help you Oga politician. Now you know say these children need to go to school. Now you know say just some children where they this country where no get quality education. Since where these children dey, if we help them carry water down, you make them stand with the water like this, they talk to them. Now punishment, they punish them be that now. I beg, Mr. Politician, I no want see this video for any social media. I beg, I no want see them. You see as we dey like this, our eye don't open.
Well, so many things to discuss. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time, but I mean, the Lagos State governor did right with what he did with the two girls, and I was overseas. I read it. I was very excited about it. But yeah, well, it's comedy. What can we say?
Well, I mean, it's likely to be taken as a parody.
Yes.
It's a parody. It's called a parody.
Right.
You know, imitating and making a joke out of what Governor Babajide Sanwo Olu did recently.
Yes.
Some people have raised the question, was he staged? Some people have even said, why were the girls, you know, still holding the buckets on their heads, and, you know, the governor was still there, and was this just some kind of propaganda, promotional piece on the part of the governor? But, you know, the thing about drama is that it's an exaggeration of reality, an extension of reality, camera of everyday events. But in any case, we don't have more time.
Thank you, Dr.
To start
Martin.
explaining what parody means.
All right, well,
Thank
that's
you
all
very
I have
much.
for you on What's Trending today. I'll see you all next week.